Alright, this is a little tutorial on accessing the Thermoking TriPack settings with your computer. There is a USB cable that comes out of the unit, and you plug it into your computer laptop. I guess you can use other styles of computers, but I'm using a laptop with Windows 7 on it. Anyway, you open up your files here and you find TriPack Evolution. Go to I do believe it was start.bat. And there we go. Okay, programmable settings, change from Fahrenheit to Celsius depending on your preference. You can go to monitor or not. I have it not. When it's on monitor, you have to turn it on every time you want heat or cool. If you have it off monitor, where you have it selected to no, it will automatically kick on to the last setting. Right now it's set to AC, so whenever I shut the truck down, AC comes on. I've been tinkering with the settings for the volts and amps for about a year now. I have it set to 15.5 amp. Engine delay, if the AC is no longer needed, it shuts off after 15 minutes. Typically it'll kick back on within that 15-minute time frame. There's no sense in burning up the starter, so that's why I have it set at 15 minutes. Logging interval is basically for diagnostics. I don't usually mess with that. I leave it alone. Minimum charge duration, once the APU kicks on, I have it set to a minimum of 60-minute charge. Typically 30 to 45 minutes is really all you need, but I just leave it on for 60 minutes. You know, won't hurt anything. Just use a little bit more fuel, negligible. The runtime period, I don't recommend you have that to set anything but 0. Most companies will probably have it preset if you're a company driver. A lot of times they'll only give you 8, 10, 12 hours, maybe 34 hours of runtime before it shuts off, and then you got to reset it. Cooling deadband came standard at 3 degree Fahrenheit, which means if you got it set at approximately 68 degrees, it'll allow the truck to warm up at 71 degrees before it kicks back on and starts cooling again. It's almost impossible to keep a constant temperature. That's why they have it at 3 degree deadband. Voltage, I have mine set at 12.3. I don't recommend going below 12.3 because of the voltage cutoff on this Cascadia that I have this in. When it drops below 12.3, it will basically kill your accessories, and you won't have them any longer. So I leave it at 12.3. Cooling limit set to 55 degrees. It'll never reach that, but if you don't want it to ever shut off, that's a perfect temperature. High limit, I have it set to 75. Never go up that high. I never do, but I have it set to 75. I think it came set to 90. What's the sense of having air conditioning if it's set at 90 degrees? Low for your heat, I have set at 50 degrees. A lot of the times that's where the truck stays, is set at 50 until I get up, and then I'll crank it just before I get up out of bed, and 75 is where it's set to on the high limit. Reason being, you don't really need much more than 75. I know some people like to crank it to 80, 85. Well, I've got a co-driver who would do the extremes on both air conditioning and heat, so kind of prevents that from happening. Yeah, give me that look. Yep. You can set the clock if you want. Update. I have mine so that you don't have to enter a password. Standard password on these APUs is 4444. that's pretty much every air conditioner or every APU that TriPack makes, unless the company has set it up differently. Let's see here. Typical voltage when running the APU is about 13.6 for some reason. Here lately, mine has been running at 13.8 to 14.4. I've seen it as high as 14.5, but it doesn't stay there. I don't see any harm in it. I've ran car audio in my earlier years, and it wasn't anything to run a 12 volt system at 15.3. So as long as it don't go over 15 volt, you should be fine. Cabin temperature right now 71 degrees, outside temperature 76 degrees, set point is at 65.2. And the reason for the 65.2 is that 3-degree did ban. 3 degrees, once it hits 65.2, it shuts off until you reach 68. I like it at 68 degrees. So anyway, that's pretty much all there is. If you have any questions, I'll do the best I can to answer them. I mean, I'm not a technician or anything. Nobody has the TriPack Evolution computer USB plug-in settings that I could find, so I figured I would post them myself. So have a great day.